Hello, my daughters. It's Mom again. I have spoken to each one of you individually and confessed some things to you about Mom and her past. But I realize with what God's been showing me, especially through my husband and through a very dear friend of mine, that it's so much bigger than just my sins, but it's the offense that I have caused all of you, which has then fueled and powered the offense, the pride, and the enemy that is here to take us out. I want you to understand that there is an enemy, a spiritual warfare that has been going on in this family, starting with my mother, your grandmother, that has been interceding itself and feeding itself on her pain, on her fear, on her sins, that then embraced me. And then I was offended by the things that she's done, and then it embraced me. And then I in turn did those same things and caused that same spirit to grow in me and do the same things to all of you girls. And then cause you now to have offense against me because of the things that you should rightfully have offense against for what I've done in your lives or what I have not done in your lives. And it's just feeding itself and is attaching itself, and it is trying to destroy us. It is trying to destroy our relationships. It is trying to destroy our marriages, our children from generations now. And we have to know and acknowledge it and see it. I prayed today and I prayed to God, and I released unforgiveness for my mom, for people and situations in my life, for things that happened. I had to make sure that there was not 1 ounce of unforgiveness, of harboring ill feelings left in me. Otherwise, this curse cannot be broken. My husband said last night, he asked me, said, "Are you sure you've forgiven everything, everyone?" And I said, "Yes, I am." But I wanted to pray and ask God, wait a minute, let me make sure, let me cleanse myself of anything that I am still holding on to. Even if it's a piece of a memory, even if it's a piece of a situation that I was placed in because of someone else, and I hold unforgiveness for the persons that I was placed in and for the person that placed me there. You all understand. I did not raise you, but maybe I put you in situations, I put you in situations that you were raised by other people that abused you, even if I wasn't the hand to abuse you. Right? So we have to forgive not only me, the person, but also the situation and other people that continue to feed into it, that the enemy continued to use to break you down, to break me down, to break my mother down. We have to break this curse. And I have to be bold enough to come to you so that we can break it together. So that we can do it for my mom, your grandmother. So that we can do it for me. So that we can do it for all of you and your children and your children's children and your children's children. Understand, it won't just stop with just me. It won't just stop with just Nicole or Alexia or Nadia or Olivia. It will continue to fester and feed if we don't do something right now, if we don't battle these forces. And these forces are here because of the sin. The forces are in your lives right now because of my sin. The forces were in my life because of my mother's sin. And they're going to keep going. So although I prayed to God today and just released everything that I thought I might still be holding on, released all the people that I thought I might still be holding offense against, that I felt should have been there and protected me against the things that were going on because they were there. Why didn't they see it? And so it was beyond just my mother or what happened in her and I growing up, but it was the other people that were involved in my mother or with my mom who could see and didn't stop it. So it's so much bigger than what I thought it was when I went to God today. And I'm coming to all of you now to pray with you and over you so we can stop this curse, so we can break the bondage that is holding us back from living the lives that God created us for. I know my mom birthed me, but God created me for a purpose. I know I birthed all of you, but God created you for a purpose. And it is not to hurt, wallow in pain, have addictions, be stuck with a lying tongue, have abusive ways. It's not for that purpose. That is the enemy's purpose. And all we're doing is perpetuating the enemy's purpose by continuing to live this way, by continuing to think this way, by continuing to hold things against one another. You girls are holding things against one another when you've done nothing to each other. I did it. I was the source, but yet now you're holding things. Well, this sister got to live with mom, or this sister got to be raised with mom, and you're not even doing it purposely, but it's your emotions, it's your feelings, and it's the original offense that I caused you through my sin of neglecting you, through my sin of not taking care of the blessing that God gave me, through my sin of acting in my offense and then perpetuating out onto you. So then therefore you all have offense against one another and you don't even know each other. And I did that. I did that. So I'm here with all of you today to pray a release of the offense, to pray a release of the unforgiveness, and most of all, to call the sin out in me that is therefore in all of you in some manifestation or another, so that we together can break this curse. And for those who are not ready or there, it's okay. Do you know why? Because I am praying over you. I am covering you with the blood of Jesus. So when you are ready, God is always there. See, God never abandons us. We abandon God. So this prayer is for all of you, my daughters, and my mother, so that we can break this generational curse, so that we can break the sins that have plagued us. This is our breakthrough. We are created for God's purpose, not the enemy's. And I will no longer walk in it. And I will no longer allow my children to blindly walk in it. I have to expose it to every single one of you. And then you make the choice